Hello, my pretties. It's the Lion Queen here. So, welcome to episode 210 in Shadows and Pretties. So, today I am going to be doing today I'm going to be doing a different type of movie. Then this movie today we're going to do a review on is called Saw. Now, this movie Saw came out in 2004. I think the short film or version of it was, Saw the uncut version that came out in 2003. Although there is a video game based on this game called Saw the Video Game. But today we are going to review this movie called Saw that came out in 2004. Now this is a psychological horror film directed by James Wan, who directed this movie. And this was the first installment of the Saw film series. So, anyways, it was originally written, the screenplay, and, basically it was written back in 2001, but after failed attempts to try to get the script produced in Wan and Wannell's home country of Australia, they were urged to travel to Los Angeles in order to help producers as they shot the low-budget short film of the same name from a scene out of the script that proved the process successful. Yeah, I do apologize because, I don't pronounce words great at times. In 2003, Evolution Entertainment were immediately attached to some form of a horror movie on the label Twisted Pictures. So the film was given a small budget of $1.2 million, and this was shot in 18 days. So Saw was first screened in January of 2004, before they released in North America on October 29th, 2004 by Lionsgate Films. So the film received generally mixed reviews from critics. Nick's grossed out more than $100 million worldwide, became the most profitable horror films since the first Scream movie. The film has since gained a cult following, and it has been frequently credited as one of the most revolutionary horror films of all time. It got theatrically re-released in theaters on October 31st, 2014 to celebrate its 10th anniversary, aka Halloween. So the first sequel, titled Saw 2, eventually got released in 2005. Now, I am going to be reviewing Saw 2 maybe this week or something, but I thought I would go ahead and review the Saw series because, yeah, why not? So, this one has got really good actors, and it's got really good characters, good actors. It's a pretty gory movie. Now, to people who are squeamish with, these types of movies, they would pretty much either never watch the first Saw movie, or they only saw the first one once, but never watch it again, or even watch the other movies. So this was one of the movies my mom only watched the first one once, and she's never wanted to watch it again because of how gory and explicit, that this movie takes. Now, I have seen worse, yes, but I also have seen this movie. And I mean, I've seen this movie before, and it didn't faze me or anything, because I've been used to seeing horror stuff. Like, this one pretty much is almost a gore fest of this movie. There's scenes where there's traps where, people get killed while they're trying to get out of the traps. They either get their heads blown off, or they get stabbed or shot. It's a pretty gory movie. I mean, I've seen worse, not gonna lie. It's got a lot of other movies too, so yeah, I'm gonna be having fun reviewing them. But anyways, I'm gonna review the first movie. Now, I want to give out a little bit of a warning to people. If you are squeamish to these subject matters that I'm going to be, explaining, but there are some parts of it that I'm going to have to censor due to it being, some of that being too explicit. But I will put it in the most ad-friendly way, because if I go too much into detail of what the actual saw traps do to people or something, there is a chance YouTube will not like that, because, YouTube's kind of sensitive when it comes to these kind of movies. But, it's not that I care about money or anything. I don't. I just do it for fun. I just do YouTube for fun. But let me get started with the review of Saw, since we've been talking for about 5 minutes. So, the plot is about a photographer named Adam Stanheit awakens in a dilapidated bathtub with his ankle chained to a pipe. And across the room is the oncologist Dr. Lawrence Gordon, who is also chained them between the corpse of his parent victim holding a revolver and a microcassette recorder. The both men find the tape in their pockets, and Adam receives the recorder. Adam's tape urges him to survive, while Gordon tells him to kill Adam by 6 o'clock, or his wife Allison and the daughter Diana will be killed. So Adam finds a bag containing 2 hacksaws inside the toilet, which they try to use to cut through their change. But however, Adam's saw breaks, and Gordon realizes that the saws were meant for their feet, and identifies their captives as Jigsaw Killer, who is a serial killer testing his victims, who will survive through murderous contraptions referred to as the games, who Gordon knows about it because he was once a suspect. However, 5 months prior, Gordon was discussing a terminal brain cancer of his patient John Kramer, who was interrogated by the detectives David Tapp and Stephen Singh, who then find his pen light in the scene of one of Jigsaw's games. Gordon Billy cleared him, but he agreed to view the testimony of the heroin-addicted Amanda Young, who is the only known survivor of one of Jigsaw's traps. After Gordon's release, Tapp and Singh find Jigsaw's warehouse, using the videotape from Amanda's game, where they appear when Jigsaw saves a man from a trap. But however, Jigsaw injures Tapp and escapes. Singh pursues Jigsaw down a hallway where he accidentally triggers a shotgun trap and unfortunately gets killed. However, in the present, Allison and Diana are held captive at their apartment as the captors watch Adam and Gordon through a hidden camera. The house is simultaneously watched by Tapp, who, after being discharged from the police following Singh's death, has become obsessed with the Jigsaw case and is convinced that Gordon is the killer. Meanwhile, Gordon finds a box containing 2 cigarettes, a lighter, and a one-way cell phone. He recounts the abduction in the parking garage by a pig-masked figure. So Adam recalls on his own abduction when he returned home to find a puppet in his dark room where he stored the photos of Gordon. So Allison, held at gunpoint, calls her husband and warns him not to believe Adam, and Adam admits to Gordon that he was paid to Tapp to spy on him, and reveals his knowledge of Gordon's affair with one of his medical students whom he had visit the night he was abducted. So Gordon deduces the affair as a reason of being tested. Adam finds a photo of Allison and Diana's captor, whom Gordon identifies as Zepp Hendel, and an orderly at this hospital. So once the clock strikes 6, Zepp begins to see Gordon has not managed to kill Adam, moves to murder their Allison and Diana, but the former frees herself and fights him. So the struggle attracts Tapp's attention, and he saves Allison and Diana before chasing Zepp to the sewers, where he gets shot in the chest after a brief fight. Gordon, who is only aware of the gunshots and screaming, is shocked to lose one of his reach's cell phone. So, however, in desperation, he saws off his foot and shoots Adam with the corpse revolver. Zepp enters the bathroom to kill Gordon, but then Adam, having to survive the gunshot, bludgeons him to death with a toilet tank lid. Gordon crawls out of the bathroom to find help while Adam searches for Zepp's body for a key. He finds another tape revealing that Zepp was just another victim of Jigsaw, only following rules to obtain the antidote for a slow-acting poison he was given. So as the tape ends, the corpse in the room rises and is revealed to be John Kramer, the real Jigsaw killer. He tells Adam that the key to his ankle chain in the bathtub went down the drain when Adam had first awoken. Horrified, Adam attempts to shoot John with his Zepp's gun, but John electrically shocks him through the chain and exits out of the bathroom before sealing the door, leaving Adam to die, and thus how the movie ends. Wow, this is actually a pretty good story. I mean, I like all the actors. The actors did pretty good, especially for John Kramer and Jigsaw. I mean, those were pretty good characters, and I really honestly have to say that the concept of it is pretty interesting. although this movie does get gory, but the other ones are pretty gory and explicit details. So, I mean, I was not even scared of any of this because I was used to it. And I've seen worse than what was displayed in the movie. So it didn't really faze me or anything, which was a very surprising thing. Surprisingly, after finishing film school, James Wan, the Australian director, and the Australian writer Leigh Whannell wanted to write a fun film, which of course they went into the independent film called The Blair Witch Project, another film that's inspired them to finance with themselves, else and all that. I mean, there was a lot of stuff, and I could definitely say the Saw began the principal photography in 2003 on September 22nd at Lacey Street Production Facility in Los Angeles for about 18 days. The bathroom was only a set to had to be built. There were no chairs on the set, but there were other place sites that they used. Now, this I'm definitely gonna say right now that it's honestly a really great soundtrack. Like the soundtrack of it is pretty good. Like they got really good music. Although I definitely gotta say it is a really, really awesome movie. So surprisingly, I do have the first movie on DVD. I don't have the other ones, but I do plan to maybe get the other ones in the future. So, in my opinion, I didn't think this movie was bad. I mean, yes, it's pretty messed up and gory at parts, but I still find this to be a really interesting concept for a movie. Especially with, the concept of it seems pretty interesting, and I honestly still thought this was honestly really amazing. Like, amazing, well-made concept for it. I mean, the acting's pretty good. I mean, the actors did an awesome job. I mean, this movie's like, it's like 18 years old. It's going to be 18 years old this year. So, yeah, I'm like, this movie's almost 20 years old. In 2 years, it's going to be 20 years old. I mean, this film, I honestly got to say, it's one of the good ones from 2004. I mean, if I'm being honest, the concept art, like poster art, seems pretty interesting. And the traps were pretty gruesome, too. Not going to lie, there was a lot of gruesome scenes. But I honestly still find it to be a really awesome movie. Especially with, a lot of this movie of how it's supposed to go out. So, I do like the villain, Jigsaw and Zep. I honestly thought they were pretty good villains. I mean, I think the hooded guy, he looked more of a, anti-hero or something. I mean, I haven't watched the first Saw movie in like a while, so my memory is kind of fuzzy on that, because I haven't watched this movie in like years, but it is still a pretty good movie, and it is a really well-made movie. I mean, the gore, the makeup, and all that, it's really awesome. So, especially for people who are horror fans and like Saw, I'm pretty sure you would like this movie. Now, I want to warn you now to anyone who is squeamish when it comes to, movies that go this crazy, explicit into, what's going on in that. If you're squeamish to this kind of thing, yeah, I would advise you not to watch this movie if you are squeamish to whatever, because, this movie is definitely not for younger audiences. I definitely can guarantee you that. I mean, this is definitely not for children. I believe I remember seeing a Saw clip got marked for kids one point, I remember. And I can't remember what video it was, but that was pretty messed up. Especially with the whole gore in that. But anyways, yeah. Like I've said, this is just simply my own personal opinion on this movie. And if you happen to disagree with me, that's perfectly fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions in regards to these movies. So, if you don't like this movie, that's fine. If you like it, that's perfectly fine, because I respect your opinion regardless. So anyways, what do you guys think about this movie? Did you enjoy it? Did you not? Also, what you have done personally to help make this movie a lot better? Feel free to leave me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. I'm the Lion Queen. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. And if you're brand new here to this channel, feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications to when I upload, so that way you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, I guess I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out, and like always, I'll see you all next time.